Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. So I just wanted to tell y'all that I'm sorry I've been out for a while. I had to have hand surgery again, and so it's taken me a while. I'm still in recovery, but I can make some cookies. So that's what I'm going to do today. I had a dislocated thumb joint and they had to go in there and do a bunch of stuff to fix that. So it was pretty extensive as far as like recovery time goes. So anyway, that's why I've been out. But I'm on the mend. I'm getting better. It's a lot better than it was. And so hopefully within the next few months it'll be completely back to normal again. So for this recipe, I'm going to make banana pudding cookies. So the stuff that you're going to need, I've got the recipe list here, so pause the video, go run and grab a pen and paper and come back so you can write these down right quick. All right, so the first thing you need is 2 sticks of softened butter. So just let it sit out at room temperature or whatever for an hour or so and get soft. You are going to need 1 large egg yolk, not the whole egg, just the yolk. Then you need 2 cups of flour. You need 1 box of banana pudding mix. I've got the banana cream flavored pudding. You can use vanilla pudding if you don't have the banana pudding flavored mix. And then you need 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. You also will need to have 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar packed and 1/3 of a cup of white sugar, just regular granulated sugar. You will need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 banana that you're going to mash up, and then you need about 24 vanilla wafers that you will put in a bag and crush up like this into bits and pieces. And then you'll need 3/4 of a cup of white chocolate chips. Those are your ingredients. I've got my oven preheating up to 350 degrees. And so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So be right back. All right, y'all, so I got my softened butter here in my stand mixer bowl. You can do this in a regular bowl if you don't have a stand mixer. You'll just have to use like a wooden spoon or whatever to help mix it all together. I'm going to go ahead and add my egg yolk in. Oh, spilled my vanilla. I have to redo that. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn it on and let this be creaming together with the butter. All right, that's all mixed up. So now I'll just go ahead and add in the sugar. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the same bowl that I had my sugar in to mash up my banana. Then I'll have to refill my vanilla because I messed it up. Bumped it. Now, things happen like that in the kitchen. All right. So now I just got a fork and I'm just gonna mash it up into bits, like so. There we go. Now dump it in. All right. Those mixing. Now I'm going to add in my 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla that I went and re-poured since I made a big mess. Only human. All right, now that that's done, we'll come back over here for a minute. And what I'm going to do is add my 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt, my 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and my 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda into my flour mixture. And I'm going to add in my 1 box of pudding to the flour mixture as well. Like so. And then I'm going to mix these up just with a wire whisk, and it just kind of helps to fluff it up and to mix all the dry ingredients together really well. All right, now that that part's done, we just have to add this in, and then our chips and our vanilla wafers. So first, we'll add in flour mixture. I like to do a little at a time so that it doesn't fling out everywhere whenever I add it in. So start out kind of slow with your speed, and then you can gradually increase the speed to get it all incorporated in there good. And then again. And last time. There we go. Then we'll add in our vanilla wafer chunks and our chips. Here goes our chips. And like I said, 24 vanilla wafers chopped up. I just put them in a bag, and I just took a rolling pin and I just kind of smashed them a little bit to make them into pieces. And then just put it in there and mix it in. Don't over mix it because you don't want them to become too crumbly. That's good. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And so now I've got 2 baking sheets that I've lined with parchment paper. And I will drop my cookies on there, and then I'm going to cook them for about 8 to 10 minutes or until they are golden brown around the edges. Got to get all my cookie dough off of here first, or as much of it as I can. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. So I have a scooper. I'm just going to scoop them on here. This will make them be similar sizes. It should make about 4 dozen, but it might only be 3. Depends on how big your cookies are. You should be able to fit about 12 on a sheet. Smells like banana pudding. So we'll stick them in there for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then we'll just keep going until we're done. Once the cookies are baked, we'll come back and show you what they look like. All right, y'all, we're back, and our cookies are done. These are still cooling. They just came out of the oven. So this recipe ended up, for the size of cookie that I made, ended up making a little over 3 dozen. So if you made a little bit smaller of cookies, you could get 4 dozen out of it, or a little bit bigger, you could probably get 3 dozen out of it. But either way, it is at least 3 dozen cookies of deliciousness. They taste just like you would expect banana pudding to taste if it was in a cookie form, which that's what this is. So now the last thing to do is just give it a little try. Those are so moist and perfect. They're delicious, rich, great. If you like my recipe or my video showing you how to make banana pudding cookies, please leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Share my video with others. Don't forget to go back and watch my other videos. And please hit that subscribe button. We'll see y'all next time in Nini's Texas Kitchen.